Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the juncture where we are at the coin toss, and we're going to have third and final match of the day. It's going to be played between Atlanta Param versus Afghan. And we have skipper Rehan, skipper Emwit. Skipper M is with the toss. Heads is the call. Tail is the winner, so Atlanta Palm is the winner of the coin toss.
Yeah, we're gonna have a bowl first. We've been doing that throughout the tournament, and it has worked. One game, we think that we could restrict them for a low score and hopefully get it in the end.
Well, good luck, sir. Any changes in your team?
Yeah, there's a couple changes. Kisunat Magram, he comes in for Minley, and got Gavi, he comes in for Keto.
Okay, so I know you came a little late because of the traffic and all the stuff or what have you. You guys are warming up, and know you yourself gonna need some warming up. So maybe you just wish your opponent good luck, and you can take off. Look, and you would have lost the toss. By no means you would have lost the game. What you would have done if you would have won the game?
I would have bowled.
You would have bowled. You'd have preferred to bowl. But I know cricket. Everyone has to bat. Everyone doesn't have to bowl. So now that you've been inserted into bat, your guys should be ready. Are they ready?
We're ready. They're all ready. We're
They're ready.
we're excited. This is our last game, so we'll have some good cricket.
Okay, good. So, well, once you're on MAQ TV, there's a slew of people that are watching. So I know you're going to come out and give your best shot. Any cause of concern, any niggles in your team, anything to be concerned about?
No, there's nothing. No concerns. We have some youth players. We're giving chance to some of the youth players in this last game, so we're very excited about that. So we'll see a lot of energy on the ground.
Very well. I wish you all the best. And in your first knock, I wish that you can set a good enough total and give a fight. I wish you well.
Thank you so much.
Have a good one. Well, that's all we have here from the Costoin.
A fantastic good afternoon once again to the viewers around the world, and I'm Lenroy White alongside Leonard Archibald here. That's a fantastic shot to start the proceeding off. Hussain, short pitch delivery outside the off stump, and the batsmen take full advantage through the backward point area. Cody Catty, and he's in the mood to accelerate early in the innings. They need to score big in their innings in order to. Shot again, same delivery, same treatment, this time into the boundary again for 4. Wonderful shot from Cody Ketty, and he's on 8 from 2. Lenny.
Yeah, a couple of balls that has been given width, and the former South African first-class player has hammered this one through the offside. So a very good start here for the Afghan Zwanan team, and they're off to a very good start. A pair of good shots from Cody Chetty, and things are on the way here in the evening game.
Starting to put the pressure on Hurley. You see the intention of the batsman. They know they need to score massive. Again through the gap once again. An elegant looking shot off the 3 into the boundary for 4 runs. Fantastic going here. 3 from 3. Are we going to see 6 from 6, Lenny?
What a way to start. You're not watching replays. We don't have replays this year, but all 3 balls going through the same vicinity. So good start here from Cody Chetty, a man who plays who has played at the South African first class level. So he's a top player. We saw him the other day getting runs in the stadium. So he's back to his old trick. And Akil Hussain, a top quality bowler, having played at the CPL level, taken to the cleaners here.
Absolutely, and the captain has to make a field adjustment, so they still go with it, and he continued to bowl short, which is not good at this point. Akil Hussain. Play defensively from Chetty. So those 2 delivery more like what's saying there, Lenny.
Yeah, good comeback balls. We've seen Cody Chetty dominated so far, and even if the rest of the over goes for dot ball, Lenroy, it's already enough damage in this over. It's 12 off the over so far. And so this has been a very good start here for the Afghan Zwanan, having been sent in here by Riyad Emrit and his men. And the Atlanta Param Veers badly need a win tonight to equal up with 2 teams already on 4 points. So if Atlanta win tonight, they will be 3 teams on 4 points, and then we'll have to wait and see how that is decided. Typically it's the net run rate, but I'm pretty sure that's the way to go, as Kari Pierre given the ball and a couple of leg spinners starting things off here for the Atlanta Param Veers.
And they're still trying to get their first win in the tournament, the Afghan team, and this could be the first one if they are able to pull through to beat the Atlanta Param Veers.
So Cody Chetty is off to a flying start. He's faced all 6 balls off the first over, but he's done a lot of damage in the first 3. And now Kari Pierre, same bowling type, slow left arm leg spin, has been given the ball, and so Emret deciding that he's going to bring his spin twin to see if they can do the job. Sharaf Sal is the man on strike.
And he's been somewhat consistent throughout the tournament, Kari Pierre.
Yeah, he's a quality spinner, and he's already played at the top level, been a regular part of the Trinbago Knight Riders team, and he's done well. He's done well there, and he's also played briefly at the West Indies level. So Kari Pierre, he's a top quality spinner.
Absolutely no rookie with the ball whatsoever. And that one is cut away down to the backward point area. They should come back for 2 quite easily. Keep things going here at the Central Broward Regional Sports Park.
Yeah, good rotation of strike here from Sheriff Zal. And so Cody Chetty on 12, he's on 2, and they're off to a very good start considering we are just in the second over and there are 14 runs already on the board.
And I'm quite sure the Atlanta Param Veers team, they would love to restrict them to under 130 runs. And I'm quite sure they would want to get to that target as quickly as possible to boost their net run rate at the minute, because it's all going to come down to that equation, Lenny.
Yeah, already we've seen a couple of teams with 4 points in the tournament. This one has eluded. It appears to be Wayne Parnell. And is going to run away for another boundary. So this time off the bat of Afzal. Beats the man a short backward square, who happens to be Wayne Parnell. And it goes away for 4, 18 on the board.
Well, not a very good start here, Lenny, from the Atlanta Param Veers team. They need to keep things steady and tight at the minute. It's getting away from them. The captain Emirates need to get his magical bowler in the attack and probably get a quick wicket or two. Work on the inside. They're deciding they should go for it.
So this match comes out of Group B, 22 yards, leading the group with 4 points, followed by Brampton Pacers. They're also on 4 points, and then comes Atlanta Param Veers, and then of course the Afghan Zwanan. So Atlanta Param Veers looking for 2 points tonight.
Better tidy stuff here from Kerry Pereira. And at the end of the second over, it's 18 without loss. The lights are on here at the Central Broward Regional Sports Complex. And you can see probably 1 or 2 nerves out there. Chris Gale, the big man at the minute, he needs to deliver tonight for his team. He has gotten into the 40s in the first game, I think. For somewhat, he needs to get a big score tonight for his team. At the top of the innings. And it would be really disappointed if they would have gone on to lose this game here, Lenny. All the hype behind the team.
Yes, Lenroy, they came into the tournament as one of the favorite. As we see 3-3-3, Chris Gale. And he's used the number even in the US Open. One of the best in the T20 business. He stands at second slip. Emirates into the attack. Ball sliced down the leg side, called out wide. And the runs continue to come here quite freely. It's 19 on the board.
Yeah, something needs to be done here. They need to get things right, and they need to get things right quickly as possible. Because we know this Afghan team, they've got some really good power hitting in the middle, such as Sahid Abdullah, scheduled to come at 3. We know what he can do. A very destructive player. Lenny, you have seen quite a bit of Saeed Abdullah.
Yeah, he's a quality player, Abdullah Saeed, and then you've got the likes of Dominic Ricky. That's the squad there. So let's go with the Param Veers. Emirates, Gale, Patel, Hussein, Pierre, Patel again, Damian Ebanks, Wayne Parnell. Magram comes in for his first game guard, Garvey, Stephen Taylor. And of course the Afghan Zwanan team, the batting team. Oh, this one is smashed through the offside and runs away for 4. So another boundary, this time off the bat of Cody Chetty, in fact. And he goes away, he goes up to 16, it's 23 without loss.
Well, that's not the line Emirates should be concentrating on. A bit too short, way too short. And the batsman with no hesitation through the point region, 4 runs. So I'm quite sure this opening stand, they would love to capitalize on the power play. A quick cheeky single taken out to cover. Keep the score on to 23 without loss as we approach 24, I beg your pardon, as we approach over number 3, 2.3.
Yeah, Zwanan has gone positively well. They've come out here notwithstanding the fact they're playing against a big team, and You don't look at that. Every ball you treat them on merit. A good ball is a good ball anywhere. And so Emirates trying to get a better. You see high in the air. Stephen Taylor with the gloves calls for it.
And puts it down. Oh my word. What an opportunity. Stephen Taylor, the man with the gloves. He looked to be bothered and made a big mess of it there, Lenny.
Yeah, it was in the air for a while, and whether he called for it or not, but that's supposed to be the keeper's catch. And many times in the game, you want to trust the keeper since he have the gloves, his bigger hands. And so, chance goes a begging. We'll have to wait and see if Afzal capitalizes. But for now, the man Chetty on strike.
Things are just not going their way at the minute. A wonderful take from Stephen Taylor down the leg side, trying to redeem himself a little bit. I'm quite sure disappointed with himself, not able to pull off that catch.
Yeah, there was a little bit of hesitancy as to who would have gone for the catch. But Lenroy, you've played a lot of cricket. They tell you once the ball is in that vicinity where the keeper is, around that area, it might be better off that the keeper goes for the catch.
9 out of 10 times Stephen Taylor would have taken that catch. When things not going your way, it's just not going your way. And this Afghan team, they've got really nothing to play for but pride. So they've got nothing to lose, and they're just going to play cricket.
Sure, Lenroy. They have no pressure on them at all. If there's any pressure in this game about winning or losing, then it has to be the Atlanta Param Veers. The Afghan Zwanan, they've played well. They haven't done impressively well. They're not on top of the points table by no means, but they certainly want to have a good third game, and that is that game in progress. Another wide sendung here by Emirates, and so the bowling is a little bit indisciplined here from Emirates so far. 28 on the board.
Absolutely beyond real at the minute. What I'm witnessing, I think we know Damien Ebanks got 5 for some 20 odd runs, and I spoke to him after the game a couple of days ago, and he was saying that he would have loved to bowl a little bit earlier, and I think the captain needs to probably get him in the attack, because he's coming off a 5-wicket haul. He's got momentum with him and the confident, so I think that's something for the captain to think about, Lenny. There he goes again, and that's gone over the square leg region. A massive 6.
Yeah, they're off to a very quick start. A poor delivery here from Riyad Emirates. Just sort of a long hop, just trying to test the deck, and quickly Afzal was in that shot in a flash, and it's 34 in quick time. Just 3 overs on the cards, or they're going over 11 and over, and this is not a start maybe what Emirates wanted, but that's what it is from the Afghan Zwanan.
And discussion among senior players out there in the middle. They have to come with a plan and get a plan quick as possible and effective as well, Lenny, because this game is going away from them at the minute.
So Kari Pierre gets a second over. His first over went for 6. And so far we've seen an over from Akil Hussain for 12. We've seen one from Riyad Emirates for 16. So both Akil Hussain and Emirates has gone for quite a few. Kari Pierre returns.
And he's bowling really consistent and effective, keeping it really tidy. Very steady candidate. Can't do anything wrong here. Carripier looking really impressive, Lenny.
Yeah, he's a quality bowler. He's gone for 6 in the first over, and he started with a couple of dot balls here against Cody Chetty. Chetty's on 18. We're in over number 4. Final run game for these two teams and everybody else. After this game, then we go straight into the playoff stage. And of course, we hope by the end of this game we'll be able to share with our viewers the playoff matchups. So this one is swung away through square leg, gonna run away for 4. So another boundary, and this time off the bat of Sher Afzal. It's 39 without loss.
Really good going, really good tempo. Momentum is with the Afghan, and they're taking full advantage of it and playing some excellent cricket shots to all parts of the ground, applying the pressure, likely so, as one would love to take advantage of the first 6, and they're doing quite so effectively.
So the matchups according to the schedule looks like the winner of Group A, the top team in Group A, will take on the second team in Group B, and Group A, that team that is leading the table is Somerset Cavaliers. So Cavaliers will take on the second place team in this zone.
Ball heave out to mid wicket, came through for a rather easily single, and at the end of 4, it's 40 without loss.
So Lenroy, if Param Veers win tonight, they will tie with Brampton Pacers and 22 yards, and then we'll have to decide from NRR who will be the first and second team. So what we do know, Somerset Cavaliers will play the second place team in Group B, and that is yet to be decided. So
Somerset Cavaliers, they look really impressive thus far today. They got 215.
So Akil Hussain comes back into the attack and starts with a dot ball. It's 40 without loss.
Looking more tidy in his second over, and the ball in a decent area. Cuts well through the cover region, 4 runs, and he continued to bowl short, and each time he does, he's been hammered through the cover here for a boundary. Still not learning, Lenny.
Yeah, short again. That being short could have gone anyway. He could have even pulled it in the onside, but he's made the choice to go through the offside, so it's a quick fire 44 on the board.
They keep applying the pressure, and they're looking really good at the minute. They've raced up to 45 without loss from 4.3. You only take one good ball to change the equation of the game.
So the progression continues pretty well here. 46 on the board. Both Afzal and Chetty have given the Afghan Zwanan a very good start. You can't ask for anything better. They're going at almost 10 runs and over.
And Afzal is more the aggressor. He started off pretty slowly, but he's done significantly well.
Would have given a chance not too long ago, but that's done and dusted. So Akil Hussain has gone for 6 in this over, 1-4 and a couple of singles. And we'll have to wait and see how he finishes up here in T20 cricket. 6 runs is not bad. It's considered decent.
Absolutely. And each time he gets the ball in the right area, he's effective. But once he gets shot, he's always getting punished.
So 5 overs gone, 46 without loss.
Another discussion among senior players again. See Wayne Parnell in the midst of things. So Cody Catty on 20 of 14. Has Val 23 of 16. And
So
we have...
so it appears Kisundat Magram has been given the ball. Top quality right arm leg spinner who would have been drafted into the Guyana Amazon Warriors this year. So Magram comes into the attack here, spin again. Will come into bowl to Cody Chetty. Approaching 50 is the Afghan Zwanan. Should have done a lot more with that. That is short. And attempted to hammer it through the onside. Didn't time it well. But considering Chetty has been in good form, should have done a little bit more with that one.
Yeah, very luckily there. Start off with a loosener. The batsman didn't capitalize. Quite sure he wants to get the ball in the right area.
So Magram comes out of Trinidad. Remember, several years ago he was part of the Trinidad and Tobago team. He's been to the US Open several times. And he's a quality spinner these days. Would have, as I mentioned, been drafted into the Guyana Amazon Warriors team. And so he has to be somebody of substance to be playing on the CPL level, Elroy.
Absolutely. And he needs to deliver tonight for his team. They're in a spot of bother. Oh, and it does, Lenny. He does. The magical man Ingram. Gotten that one important breakthrough.
So Magram strikes in the 6th over. Playing across the line of a delivery. Afzal goes. And so it's 47 for 1. Magram strikes pretty early into his bowling spell. In fact, just his 3rd ball. And Magram takes one. It's 47 for 1.
Absolutely brilliant stuff. The first 2 delivery wasn't as great, but he came back with the 3rd one, you know, in a really troubling area for the batsman who went across the line. And rewarded his middle stump was shuttle. So a new man to the crease, Sahib Abdullah. We know how destructive he can be as well. Walking in at 47 for the loss of 1 wicket. It's good to see Garvey in the Atlanta Param Vern theme as well. Got in his first game. Now opening batsman. Let's hope he can take full advantage of this opportunity given to him. And as we got in the breakthrough, we welcome Eddie to the commentary box, the veteran.
Well, that's what they say. So, certainly it's all happening out in the middle. 47 for 1. And I'm pretty much sure that as you sat in your seat, you would have seen all the action there. So when it played out towards the one area, man comes off the boundary, picks up, throws at the bowler's end. 1 bounce to Magram. So Saeed Abdullah, he's on 1 and Chetty's on 21 from 15. It's 48 for 1.
So your assessment of the game so far here, Hedy?
Certainly I believe that it's going to be a dandy, and this has always been a target game just about when the schedule were put in place. Each team were looking at each other and say, wow, licking their chops. So let's see if it's going to be able to transfer onto the field of play. 49 for 1, and we're into the 6th over. Onto the front foot, pushing back along the track. The over comes to an end, And at the end of the over, at the end of it, Chetty's on 22 from 16. Saeed Abdullah, he's on 1 from 2. 49 it is for 1. That's the latest score here from the Broward County Stadium.
So very good stuff there from Magram. Only conceded 3 runs from his over and a wicket. And he gotten that very important breakthrough. Because the opening batsmen, they were going guns blazing at the start of the innings. And he got the breakthrough. Let's see if they can keep that momentum in and contain the batsman.
Containment is the order of the day. In matches like these, you want to see they continue to blaze, but you know at some point in time that a bowler is going to come in and put the shackles on either one or two of the batters, and they will have to find a way to make runs come on the board.
Absolutely find ways and mean to maneuver the situation and come out on top. Rightly so, Hedy.
So, and you know, Len, that the T20 game is such a fast game, you don't even have time to name the positions on the field.
Absolutely. And the way things are going, it could be looking for 2 to decide against it. Very decent return into Stephen Taylor. And the 50 comes up in 6.1.
So Hussain continues from the northern end, none for 19 so far. Not a tidy spell by stretch of the imagination, but things can change in a contact. 50 for 1. And to play it out into the offside. So very slow going, even though you have 50 from some 6.2.
We know Saeed Abdullah, he doesn't play around for too long. He's an aggressor. He likes to play big strokes. It's just a matter of time before he gets going.
Down towards the short third man area. Man coming across to his left, knocks it down, but cannot prevent Abdullah from getting a single. So it brings Chetty back into strike.
And rightly so, he did get Chetty on strike, who's the more aggressor, who's seen the ball a lot more effectively. So very smart cricket from Saeed.
The other night we saw both of them in the wicket as well, and Chetty was very aggressive. And once he would have gone back to the pavilion, then Abdullah began to open up his arms, and it was a sensational performance from Abdullah as well. 51 it is for 1. This one is played into the deep cover. They have protection on the boundary, and that's what you seen all day today, pretty much in the deep cover boundary there, protection, because they realize that that is a busy area.
Super busy area of any given circumstances, any game, any format. Batsmen like to play that sort of shot through the covers, and you need protection in that area, and at this level you would expect them to have.
Turns it into the onside of the pads. So the over comes to an end, and at the end of the over, Afghans are Zwanan Cricket Club. They are 52 for the loss of 1 wicket. Chetty is on 24 from some 19 deliveries. Saeed Abdullah is a very quiet man so far. He's only scored 2 runs from some 5 deliveries.
No need for him to try to be too explosive too early. Still got lots of time. If you look at the equation, only 7 over. A few overs ago, the current run rate was at 11.33. Now it's down to 7.4. So you see the nature of the game. It changes really quickly.
That's exactly what I had alluded to early on. It's going to be
Magram.
continues from the southern end.
Yeah, he looks quite effective, Eddie. He's been getting the ball in the right area. Apart from the first 2 delivery ball, were too long up, but he has come back significantly and getting the ball to hit some very dangerous area towards the right-hander batsman.
Maybe he would have gotten a word from the captain that if you don't bowl and bowl well, you're not going to get very much overs in this competition here.
due to the nature of the game, you've got Ebanks who have picked up 5 wickets. He hasn't bowled as yet. So and you've got Wayne Parnell, who we know is former South African international. So they have some very efficient bowling units out there.
Yes, and they also have Christopher Gale, who can chip in with a couple of overs as well. You have seen him on the international scene on a number of occasions. So it's 52 for 1. So goes into the semis tomorrow, and he's bowling. Playing across the line, he was looking to pull it down towards backward square or mid wicket. Did make contact, and you miss. I hit.
And a very similar delivery to the first wicket that he got. The batsman playing for turn. This one just skid right on off the wicket. And another effective delivery. And Magram strike again. He's the man at the moment, the man at the minute for this Atlanta Param team.
And certainly Abdullah, looking on from the non-strikers end, must be saying to himself, the wicket is playing the way I want it to play, and I wish that I was at that end. But in the end, he's not down there. The man will have to go. Cut Chetty, that is 24 from some 23 deliveries. 52 it is for the loss of 2.
A very good comeback from the Atlanta Param. They were taken to the sword the first 3-4 overs, but they've come back really well in this innings. Magram, he has bought so far 1.3, and he has picked up 2 wickets for 3 runs. Magnificent stuff.
Economical bowling from the young man. The ball, as you said, just skids on. He was playing for turn. He just skids on, deceived him in the end. Not by flight, but by pace. So it brings now Shakib Rahim into strike. Plays it into the wide cover region, and from long off comes across. Looks like he banks. He would have taken some 5 wickets from 4 overs for 12 runs not very long ago.
And you see the momentum is now with the Atlanta Param so far. They have turned things around, gotten 2 quick wickets in quick succession, and putting the pressure on the Afghan. Saeed Abdullah played down to backward point, can't score, and another over has been completed. Only 2 runs coming from it, and at the end of 8 overs, it's 53 for 2.
So with 53 on the board, 8 overs completed, we have what, another 12 overs to go? What is your prediction?
Well, the way things have changed significantly over the last 3 overs, I think that the game is in somewhat balance with the Atlanta Param team. And if they can keep that momentum going and, keep applying the pressure, I'm looking at a 120 target.
I'm looking at a total of 130, 135. Someone will have to be explosive, and they will have to put the foot on the gas pedal now, better than later.
Absolutely, and as we mentioned earlier, they got nothing to lose, so they just need to play some really fantastic cricket and give their supporters something at home to cheer for.
So Wayne Parnell seems like he's going to pick up the attack from the northern end, and you just talked about him a few seconds ago, and here he comes. It's going to be Shakib Rahim, who's going to face the bowling of the former South African international.
But we know effective Wayne Parnell can be. Oh, immediately he strikes. What on earth was the batsman playing at?
He was playing for a wide delivery, didn't get that delivery that he was hoping for. He was backing away, looking to slap it down towards cover point region. Didn't make contact.
No.
And once again, you miss, I hit.
I have to think that he actually played a leave alone shot, because what on earth was he thinking? What sort of cricket shot was that? At the end of it, he lost his wicket. Fantastic stuff from Wayne Parnell. Immediately making an impact. And this is what T20 cricket is about. There was somewhat 40 summit from 3 overs. And the game has turned around significantly from Magram. And now in come Wayne Parnell with some wonderful bowling.
So, Shakib Rahim, what kind of shot is that? It's an absolute nightmare, and he's going to see that shot for the rest of his life.
I think he almost he backed away to square leg. He almost stepped on the square leg umpire feet on that occasion. Oh my word! Cricket, lovely cricket here at Central Broward Regional Park.
And game of glorious uncertainties. So we have another left-hander coming. Taha Jamal takes his guard from the umpire. 53 it is. And guess what? The Palm Bay team, they are on fire. They're giving the Afghanis something to really think about, something to look at. They want to make sure that they have them down, and they're going to keep them down.
Absolutely, and they had need to come up with a plan, and they need to it had need to be very effectively right away. And the captain Emirates, he gone to some of his main strike man, and they deliver so far. Oh, he's allowed appeal here. The batsman seems to have gotten a bit of baton to that one. Umpire hand move, very experienced umpire, you know, Mr. Lindo.
Lindo out of Jamaica, the land of wood and water. That's your countryman. A little birdie told me that you guys grew up in the same community. I'm not sure if that is true though.
Somewhat about 25 to 30 minutes away.
So the little birdie weren't lying. Here is Parnell.
Oh my word. Oh my word. What a drifter of a delivery that was. Pitching outside the off stump. Swinging back into the left-hander. Magnificent stuff from Parnell. He's got some momentum. He's got some rhythm.
And he has, if there was anything else, he has re-energized this team.
Absolutely. You see the way things are going at the other end with Magram, who's getting wicket regular, and he wants to join the party as well. He wants to get things on the way.
Put on your dancing shoes, my
friend. Oh, this could be another one.
And is he? Yes,
he's gone.
It is given. He was backing away in similar fashion. The ball makes some height, perhaps a little bit more height than the batsman might have anticipated. And in the end, it took the upper portion of the bat, and the wicketkeeper just moving to his right, just a trifle, and takes the catch. So Jamal will have to go without scoring. He has faced some 3 deliveries, and it is all happening here at the Central Broward Regional Park.
Yes, indeed. Fantastic delivery. The batsman had no clue what hit him there. Very effective delivery. Look at this stride, Wayne Parnell, the way he approaches the wicket. So smooth and effective. And it seems if these batsmen, their best friend out there is the square leg umpire. Keep backing away.
Well, umpires, of course, will have to push them back to face the music. And I said that the keeper moved to his right. He actually moved to his left. So correction there. Get caught up in the excitement, get caught up in the moment, and this usually happens in the comeback. So 53 it is for the new batsman is Dominic Rickey.
Absolutely magnificent stuff. What a drifter after afternoon we have in here at the Central Broward Regional Park. Approximately it's 5:50 here. The lights are on. Condition is suitable for cricket. Wonderful condition, and the wind. A little wind around the ground.
So it seems like it might very well be an early night, Mr. White.
Well, in T20 cricket, you never know how the table can turn. Effectively, very good. Oh, he tried effortlessly to cut that one off.
So that's wide, signal and called wide, 4 wide. By umpire Lindo. Total now to some 58 for 4. And both Audley Watson and Ivor Henry waiting very patiently, Mr. White, to come into the commentary box, but I don't think that they're going to get a chance to, because this game might be over in a jiffy. Just teasing Parnell. On top of it, played down towards the left, to the right of this square leg umpire, just backward of square, gets a single.
And very good work there from the wicketkeeper Stephen Taylor, running down to square leg to pick up that ball to restrict the batsman only for one.
Stephen Taylor, the former Barbados Trident player, very fluent player as well, a stroke player by nature.
Very elegant.
And in the hand of Christopher Gale, takes a catch, and what a catch! That is remarkable catch. He just put the right hand out, and as if the ball just stuck right there for an eternity. He tosses back into the air, so they lost another wicket, 59-5.
Absolutely a drifter of a delivery and a drifter of a catch from Chris Gale. A ball that was going to his right with some speed, a lot of speed on it. It just pushed his right palm out. The ball stuck right in. Fantastic stuff. 5 wickets down for 59. What a comeback here from Atlanta Param Veers. Absolutely magnificent stuff.
So this Afghan Zwanan team, they are in deep trouble here on a Friday night in the city of Lauderhill in South Florida at the US Open. Pandemonium is in the air. It is all happening here at the Central Broward Regional Park. 59-5. Can it get any worse? We've just seen the completion of over number 9. And what do you say now? You want to adjust your total, Mr. White?
Well, I'm still going to stick with the 120, 110, somewhat there. But it seems the batsmen, they are not being so friendly with the pace coming off the wicket. Parnell is bowling ever so quickly. And the batsmen, they're finding it very difficulty to comply with the pace and the accuracy from the bowling attack from Parnell.
So Parnell is using all of his experience, and it's going to be
McGrath.
McGrath is going to continue. Seems like the captain is going to bowl out McGrath because he's bowling with some success.
Absolutely. If I was the captain, I'd be thinking the same thing. He's keeping the pressure on. He's picking up wicket very regular interval. Why not keep him on?
He's beaten outside the line of the off stump this time. So young Stephen Taylor doing some tidy work behind the glove. A very nifty glove man, I might add.
Yeah, need to come back from putting down that catch earlier. You need to regroup himself.
Well, onto the front foot, turns it out into the onside. Taylor comes across, picks up and prevent the batsman from getting any runs. So 59 it is for the loss of 5 wickets.
Would you apply the pressure and put a silly mid on?
I would have certainly put a forward short leg, as I would have done that since the previous over, because the pitch is playing well, and psychologically that is playing on their mind too. He's beaten outside the line of the off stump. Well taken by young Stephen Taylor. Young Stephen Taylor, this is his home pitch, so to speak.
The man on camera there, Chris Gale, the big man, taking a blinder for a catch. And I'm quite sure he has some fireworks lined up for us this afternoon. Goes to the cover. Should picked up down there by Garvey quite easily. Chris Gale just having a little chat with the batsman. We know he's a funny character, Chris Gale. Very entertaining man. The party, the life of the party they call him. Very interested character, very fun character as well. Steve.
World boss. Wearing that triple tree on his jersey most times. This one is picked away down towards fine leg. It's giving chase. They're gone for 1, coming back for 2. Will they come back for run number 3? Yes, they are coming back. So 3 good runs. So
Very smart cricket, very good running. They saw take full advantage of the opportunity Chris Gale was giving Chase. And we know he's not the quickest outfielder.
so
New man to the wicket is Paul Palmer, who been playing very effectively this tournament so far. He had gotten 45 in the first game he played here.
so it's 9.4 overs gone. We're into the 10th over. Ricky's on 2, Palmer's on 3. So it's a double change in the commentary box. Ivor Henry along with Aubrey Watson. And those two, Bilal and my main man, they're out of Guyana, Mr. Archibald, Lenny Archibald. Welcome back.
So 10 overs gone, 63 for 5. They're struggling here, Afghan Zwanan. We've seen very good bowling from Wayne Parnell, former South African international. He's bowled extremely well so far. You look at his scorecard, 64 for 5. Parnell has picked up 3 wickets already. He's bowling a 3 for 7. Welcome, Bilal. Some trouble here for Afghan Zwanan.
Yes, Lenny, that was a great start. It looked like they're going to score but maybe 110 overs, and all of a sudden there's a change of bowling, and then there was a change of position there.
So Dominic Rickey comes into strike. He's a quality player, a man who plays in the New York area. So Dominic Rickey and Paul Palmer. Paul Palmer, a Jamaican first-class player. And so they still have some quality in the batting. But Wayne Parnell, he's a tough customer. And this one, he's digging it short and attempting to play as Dominic Rickey doesn't go too well. And Parnell is, seems to be working up some pace here, Bilal. It's 64 for 5.
Wayne Parnell bringing his level best. He understands what's at stake here. They need to make a strong comeback. They need to get them out soon and then chase it down as soon as possible.
A man who's played a lot more one international for South Africa than Test. And Ricky is driving straight to the man. A minute off chance of a run. The throw comes and misses the stumps. And Paul Palmer survives. But had that strike the stumps, Bilal, it would have been bye-bye for Paul Palmer.
Yeah, it was game over right there. He was just didn't realize the fielder got to the ball quickly and then unleashed it. He would have been back home in the hut.
So ball going down the leg side, short and going down. Oh, the appeal goes up. And Dominic Rickey has to go cut behind. It's now 64 for 6.
This is the worst way you want to get out. The ball was on the leg side. All he had to do was connect the ball, but got beaten by the pace and maybe a thin edge to the wicket keeper. So he just has to go. Wayne Parnell on fire.
Yeah, Wayne Parnell has picked up another one, so he's been unplayable, so to speak. He's really broke the back of the batting order here of Afghan Zwanan. And out of the 6 wickets that have fallen so far, he's picked up 4.
Yeah, that's the Wayne Parnell. He brings lots of experience, we know, from South Africa, as well as playing in other leagues around the world. So it's not easy to match him. You just need to make sure you stay focused. But that this last wicket, you just don't want to get out in that fashion.
So Asad Fodadin, former West Indies Test player, comes to the middle batting at number 8. And he comes in at a time in which a fired up Wayne Parnell has certainly reduced the Afghan Zwanan to almost nothing here on the scorecard. 64 for 6. Not much to write home about in this batting order, Bilal.
Yeah, so I think at this stage, what they need to do is make sure that they play out the 20 overs because the runs will come. They got 64 runs on the board. If they can get another 50, 60, that would be a reasonable total for Param. And look at the boss. He's right there bossing fielders around. So we'll see. He should be ready to display some fireworks for Param.
So Fodadin comes in here with a lot of trouble. The ball down the leg side. We'll wait and see. They cross for 1. And off the bat. So Fodadin is off the mark and running.
Asad Fodadin just flicking it away. Getting to the other side now. So Paul Palmer, it's up to him how he can steer the Afghan Zwanan's inning at this point.
So some ways to go, still 55 balls remaining. Paul Palmer is defensive. That completes over number 11. After 11 is 65 for 6.
So Wayne Parnell is showing us for Param, even though this pitch is supporting spinners a lot, but what he has accomplished, within his 2 overs, 4 wickets for 8 runs. That's remarkable. You need to have accurate line and length to accomplish that type of result. 4 for 8, that's outstanding.
So it looks like Magram will continue. Magram has been quite well too. And he has picked up the other 2 wickets. So it's Wayne Parnell and Kisundat Magram who's done the damage. And Magram, as we have seen, he's a quality spinner. He's picked up a couple of wickets that the batsman failed to negotiate. And it will be the likes of Asad Fodadin, Paul Palmer, and whoever to come to really try to put up something formidable here for the Atlanta Param Veers.
Fireworks from spin and pace.
So we've seen how important spin has been in this tournament. We've seen some quality spin bowling. We saw the likes of Devendra Bishu, Ashmed Ned. We saw Kevin Sinclair. Now we're beginning to see Kisundat Magram.
So Asad Fodadin, he's only interested in getting to the other side and let Param over at Paul Palmer do the rest. So Param they know that they're in a better situation right now. 6 for 66 runs in the 12th over. They just want to make sure that they control the run flow.
So Palmer is punching this one out towards the offside. An easy single. And a single that sends the scorecard to 67 for 6. Not a pleasant one when you look at 6 wickets to have fallen so far. We were in the 12th.
Absolutely. So Lenny, what do you think about the lineup for the semifinals tomorrow? I believe we already have 3 teams locked. We're waiting for the 4th one, right?
Well, I'm not too sure. I know Somerset Cavaliers have already made it through. If Param Veers win tonight, it will mean the 3 teams will tie on 4 points, and that is 22 yards. Atlanta Param Veers and Brampton Pacers. So it's going to be decided maybe later on. We'll have to wait and see how this game goes.
Yeah, that's the one reason the Param they wanted to bat second, so they know the target.
So runs coming by singles here. Not much to talk about. It's been Atlanta Param Veers session so far, so to speak. And they've really dominated. We've seen a fiery spell from Wayne Parnell. We've seen a very clinical display from Kisundat Magram. Here he is. And so far, runs coming by singles. That completes over number 12, 70 for 6.
Param they wouldn't mind singles at all. They probably will be worried if there were boundaries coming right and left. But at this point, Paul Palmer and Asad Fadadeen, what they're doing, they're concentrating on just taking their innings through to the 20th over. They're playing it safe. They know that they don't have enough wickets in hand, but they definitely want to put up reasonable total for Param Veers for the likes of Boss and Co. So Kisson Tooth, Magram has finished his second over, 2 for 13. And there it is. Got Chris Gale on screen right here. I know that he's anxious to come out and display some fireworks because his team definitely needs it to get them into the semifinal tomorrow.
So Fodden on strike. Ball worked into the onside towards long leg, an easy single again. So the stranglehold has been put on Afghan Zwanan so far.
So Wayne Parnell into his third over. He's got his tail up. He already claimed 4 wickets, and I know he's got his eye on more. He's not done yet. One of the most successful bowler for this tournament so far. All right, so ball hits him in front of the stumps, and look at the keeper, the celebration. And Wayne Parnell has 5-4 in this game. Great delivery, beaten by the pace, had no clue. So Paul Palmer gets out. LBW. It's Wayne Parnell.
Yeah, Wayne Parnell has wrecked the Afghan Zwanan lineup here. And 5 for 9, so 71 for 7 at the moment.
Who would have imagined that after 4 or 5 overs, Afghan Zwanan had 50 under their belt, and now they're 71 for 7. How things quickly turn around, Lenny.
Yeah, they're struggling here. We've seen some one-sided contests, and this with 71 on the board. This is not going to be enough here for the Atlanta part. This is not going to be enough here for Afghan Zwanan.
Boy, they have extreme talent. The likes of Boss and the rest of the team, they can simply accomplish this. But again, they still have to come out and chase it down. It's not over until it's over. But Afghan Zwanan, as you can see, they have nothing to lose.
So Isa Konarai comes out. And with a rampaging Wayne Parnell, he's really taken off on Afghan Zwanan. He's shown no mercy. 5 for 9 so far. Chris Gale stands on, and he looks. Atlanta Param Veers lost their second game to the Brampton Pacer, and that was deemed an upset, Bilal, in the league stage. We're still in the league stage, but in the second round game for them.
Oh yes, I mean it's definitely an upset for this tournament, upset of the tournament, if you want to call it, especially when you have Boss on the other side.
So Wayne Parnell, he's running in and hitting the deck hard.
Oh, right. See, very rarely you see that ball going, bouncing that much. Wayne Parnell bring the heat on. He's not done yet. He doesn't look like that. Who's already got his 5 wickets under his belt and just want to go through his 4 overs, but he wants more. He's hungry.
So Fodden is watching all the action. He's on 5. He's at the other end. Slashing shot towards the cover area. Will only get a single.
There's protection out there. Wayne Parnell still bringing the heat on. Now he's coming around the wicket, creating that angle, coming right into the wickets. And now he's got left-hander facing him.
Good drive here from Fodadin.
Straight drive. It's only one run. Well, Lenny, there's lots of cricket going on around the world. See, there's Australia versus India. You got Pakistan versus New Zealand going on. You know, it's really amazing under this pandemic what we're going through around the world, and still we got lots of cricket. I know the South Africa versus England was canceled.
Yeah, and the U.S. Open, of course.
Yep.
Here you are.
So you see we are facing, and this is again, I mean, looking at this tournament, you know, the event, you know, it's not so much easy, especially when U.S., you know, is in the middle of everything, you know, regarding the pandemic. But credit goes to the organizing committee, MAQ. You know, he hung in there, and you know, this has been so much successful without any incidents. We have in place all the safety precautions, including you, myself. We're going through that, you know, sanitizing our hands, making sure that, you know, we abide by all the rules and regulations. So are the players, the officials. But this is a wonderful event.
So Riyad Emirates, the captain, comes back into the attack, having gone for 16 in his first over. And Emirates at the toss, I think, deliberately choose to bat last, just in case he'll need to play a calculated game in terms of the net run rate. Batting last, you will probably have the total set in front of you, and you would know how many overs you'll need to go get that runs from. So that is a very, very good plan from Riyad Emirates and the Atlanta Param Veers.
Things worked out for Emirates, you know, especially after the four or five overs. You know, Param Veers, their bowling attack, they settled down, they took some quick wickets, and when you get wickets, things really work out in your favor.
So a big appeal. And the umpire unmoved.
Param Veers are not happy about the final decision here.
So we see Riyad Emirates in the picture, Chris Gale, Stephen Taylor just walking back to their position. Big appeal, not out says the umpire.
The triangle of all three really wanted this to be in their favor, but umpire declared it not out. Emirates again going back to his bowling mark. And then you have Isa Kunarai facing Emirates. 74-7 so far.
So Riyad Emirates still on the CPL stage. A man who would have captained Guyana, Amazon Warrior for a few years.
So
He's been around the region cricket in the Western East for some time. So he makes his, I would want to think this is the second trip to the US Open.
Lots of leadership experience. He's trying to display that in here.
Oh, it's in the air. We'll wait and see. Fielder settling under it. And he drops it. So always going to be a tough chance. It was hanging in the air for a very, very long time, sky high. And in the end, fielder just couldn't hold on.
Yeah, you know, at this level, you got to take those catches, Lenny.
Kari Pierre.
It's got the distance. Got the elevation, but not the distance. But this type of catch, as you know, at this level, it should have been taken, but it will be considered a drop catch. And Emirates walking back again in frustration.
So Kari Pierre is one of the top fielder. Might have been quite disappointed that he hasn't held on to that, but it was in the air for a very, very long time.
Yeah, he had plenty of time to get underneath it, grab the catch, so would have been 8 down for Afghan Zwanan.
And Bilal, if you had come into the ground, you've paid an admission price to come into the ground. I'm pretty sure you might have wanted that catch to go down, because the longer the batsman stays out in the middle, you get your money's worth.
Absolutely.
Do you want an early night?
Being a spectator, yes, I agree. I mean, you're right. From that angle, yes. You want a drop catch. You want some action.
And most of all, you want to see the universe boss
Yep.
take on a score that that has some bit of quantity, some bit of substance. So far, it's not looking good. 75 for 7 at the end of 14.
Yeah, 6 more overs to go, 36 deliveries. A lot can happen, but looking at the way that Wadadeen and Kunarai, looking at their approach, they're just depending on singles and doubles. That's all they're doing. They're not, swinging their bats to get some boundaries, which is much needed for Afghan Zwanan if they want to put up a respectable total.
So Wayne Parnell, he's picked up 5 already. And it's another one.
There you go, number 6.
So Wayne Parnell has gotten 6 here, is 75 for 8. The Afghan Zwanan certainly cannot handle the pace of Wayne Parnell. And they're falling apart here, 75 for 8.
So Kunarai this time around, back foot, extreme pace, could not handle it in front of the stump. Probably would have gone on and hit the leg stump, and umpire raised his finger quickly. So 8 downs now. 75 for 8. So what do you think, Lenny? Will they be able to cross the 100 run mark, or?
Yeah, the way Wayne Parnell is going, is going to be a tough one. But the fact is, we were up until today, we were looking for that magical best figure of the series, and I think you can't beat 6 for 11. That'll be a very tough one to beat. It comes courtesy of Wayne Parnell.
6 for 11 in the T20 format. That's more than enough. Because people just wish for that in a test game or maybe an ODI, but T20, 6 for 11. It's almost heading towards one of the best figures in T20.
So Earl Henningham comes out to the middle. And Wayne Parnell is bowling a spell here. He's in his 4th over. And by the way things have gone, he's created a lot of damage here for the Afghan Zwanan.
Again, strong one. There's a fastball coming right at you. Extreme heat. Could not be handled by the batsman. And one more run added to Afghan Zwanan's. A big hit out to the onside, and only one extra run for them. Wayne Parnell into his 4th over now. Swing of a bat, Lenny, finally.
Yes, they still can't break this shackle here.
Luckily, there was no fielder in that region.
So 6 for 12. That's going to take some beating if someone can get a better figure than that off the bowling of Wayne Parnell.
Another one. Played and miss. So Wayne Parnell.
So
One more ball to go.
playoff game starts tomorrow.
So, Lenny, so far you've seen all these teams playing. I mean, see, you have the Cavaliers. They've outplayed every single opponent. But you still have to play the game. Seem like they are the favorites. Looking at, on paper they are favored, but you still have to play the game.
So Henningham can score. Yes, Bilal, you never know. And so far, Cavaliers have had a perfect tournament. They've gone through the group stage with no problems. Well, and they've gotten past a big team last night, US All-Stars by 9 runs. But yes, you're right on that. You never know what can go wrong. We know, as they say, there's always one bad game will come your way. Oh, the stumps have have lit up. And that's the end of Earl Henningham. He goes without scoring. And guess who has picked up another one? Wayne Parnell.
I don't think that anybody would have picked 7 wickets in U.S. Open. It's probably a new record, Lenny. A new record for the best bowling figure in the most wickets in the T20.
7 for 12. What a display here from Wayne Parnell.
He's got 7 for 12.
So Zaki Sultani comes out to the middle. And would be quite happy to know that Wayne Parnell has completed his 4-over spell. But look at the damage there, 7 for 12. What bowling figures there from Wayne Parnell.
And then the last ball, you saw that batsman didn't even lift the bat, and the ball was onto the stumps, middle stump on the ground. So Wayne Parnell must be proud of his performance. And he definitely is. Smiles on the face, and he knows that, 77 for 9 is a matter of time before they wrap up Afghan Zwanan. The onside. One more run added. Every single run counts at this point.
So the fact is, with Chris Gale, the universe boss, opening the batting, the viewers definitely will see a bit of Chris Gale tonight.
Yep, I know that spectators, they were disappointed. They probably will be disappointed that they couldn't see Gale chase down maybe 150, 160, but 78 for 9. We will still be able to see him get out and bat and show some fireworks.
So Sultani has come in to face Emirates. Thankfully, he'll be quite happy that Parnell has used up his 24 balls already.
Yep, Emirates is back in. Zaki Sultani is the last man in, and you bet that he's probably happy that he doesn't have to face Wayne Parnell.
So ball worked into the onside. Couple of welcome runs here off the bat of Sultani.
So 2 more runs added. 80. It's getting into. So we still have plenty of overs left, but only 1 more wicket to go for Afghan Zwanan.
So we've seen some low scores in the stadium. We've seen 73 scored by Samp.
At least it won't be the lowest total. Zaki Sultani swinging his bat.
So we saw the match with Samp. They posted 73 and they fought back for it at one time. It was quite tense in the stadium as wickets were tumbling. And there was one point where 73 looked like it was going to be a lot of twist and turn. In the end, Punjab Blues was able to pull through by 3 wickets. So you never know what can happen along the way.
Samp has done it twice. You just saw that against U.S. All-Stars. They pulled it back there too. So they have strong bowling lineup, it seemed like. And I understand that they struggle with batting a little bit, but still they put up a decent fight. So Emirates desperately looking for a wicket. Last ball is over. 80 for 9. Afghan Zwanan.
So that completes over number 16. And Bilal, thank you very much. We'll ask my good friend Audley Watson to come into the box at 81 for 9. 16 overs gone. So Carrie Pierre probably trying to finish things up here. None for 12 in 2. So far we've seen Wayne Parnell doing the heavy lifting. Good support from a Graham, quality leg spinner.
Yeah, once you apply the brakes, and we saw that the early fireworks within the first 4 to 5 overs, then things just change for Afghan Zwanan. And now one last wicket standing, 81 for 9.
And the Afghan Zwanan might be wondering what went wrong. They got off to a good start. In fact, lost their first wicket at 47. Second wicket at 52, then 53, 54, 59, 64, 71, 75, and 77. Has a wicket fallen here again? And in fact, that's it. That's where we go. 89, 81 all out. Kari Pierre picks up his first wicket. And so Afghan Zwanan a disappointing batting display. They're all out for 81. Wayne Parnell, the wrecker, he picks up 7 here this afternoon, Bilal. Take a look at that.
Yeah, he was definitely broke the backbone of Afghan Zwanan. 7 wickets just for 12 or 13 runs. Outstanding display by Wayne Parnell. And we can see only 2 top batsmen, Cody Shetty and Sher Afzal. Those are only 2-1 that showed up for the batting side. Other than that, everybody just failed to get into the double figures at least. So we have a great performance by Param Veers, and now it's up to the boss. He's going to come in and he has to show some fireworks to improve the net run rate, and then we will know which other team will qualify for the semifinals, which will be played tomorrow. We're expecting outstanding weather for tomorrow. So bowling figure here, Akil Hussain, none for 21 in 3 overs. Kari Pierre, 1 for 12, and 7 for 12 for Wayne Parnell. And Kisonet also, Magram also claimed 2 wickets. So excellent performance. Bowling performance by Param Veers. 47 when the first wicket fell down for Afghan Zwanan, and from there on things turn around. So now Param Veers will just only have to chase down 81 runs. We'll be right back after a small break when Param Veers will start their chase.
So welcome back to the Central Broward Regional Park. We're going to see the run chase now by the Atlanta Palm team. They're going to see if they can score 82 runs here for victory. And Lenroy, early on, you would have seen the explosiveness in terms of the fielding and bowling from Parnell in operation from the northern end, and he totally annihilated the Afghan team.
Absolutely fantastic stuff. I haven't seen such accurate and steady fast bowling in a very long time. Parnell, he did a magnificent job bowling some very accurate deliveries, some fantastic delivery. Picked up 5 wickets in his stride, and we seems to have a different approach. About 7 wickets, and a different plan from the Atlanta Param veers team. They've gotten Stephen Taylor this time about to open the batting, and there was no Chris Gale at the top of the inning, so management staff had assessed the wicket, and they have come out with a different plan, different strategy.
So we know Stephen Taylor can handle himself. We would have seen him here with the USA under-19 team a couple of years ago. And certainly he can hold his own. So they're going to open with Stephen Taylor and Darpan Kumar Patel. And it's going to be Stephen Taylor who is going to face the first delivery from Shakir Rahim.
We know Stephen Taylor, he likes to spin. He likes to spin on the ball. And he likes to play shot quite early. Very effective play as well. Elegant looking left-hand batsman. US national batsman, we should say.
This one from Patel is striked hard and high out towards long off and over the fence for 6. So explosiveness from Stephen Taylor from pretty much the second ball that Rahim bowled to him.
Absolutely tremendous shot from Stephen Taylor. One of the biggest 6 of the afternoon. We have seen the ball was flight up from the bowler. Stephen Taylor equal to the task. Magnificent shot over long off for 6. And they need to win this game convincingly, because at the end net run rate will be in effect. I'm quite sure they will probably targeting the first 8 or 9 over to finish this game so they can boost their net run rate, Eddie.
So Rahim, so delivery wide outside the line of the off stump, and in Caribbean parlance they would say you're run, which means you're running away from the batter as opposed to go into him and let him wallop you out to extra cover.
And absolutely numerous occasions you see batsmen going off the wide delivery and getting a leading edge. So very smart from Stephen Taylor. What a fantastic shot through the cover. Just a check shot. Elegant shot from Stephen Taylor. We have talked about him on numerous occasions. Oh, elegant he is. An effective, fantastic shot there, Eddie.
Yes, Stephen Taylor seems like he has a flight to catch. He's in a no-nonsense kind of mood here at the Central Broward Regional Park. He goes on to 10. It is 11 without loss.
Fantastic cricket here.
Swings it away down towards the back with a square boundary. Goes into the boundary board just about now for 4. So 4 more to young Stephen Taylor. He's on fire.
Elegant, class. How to describe Stephen Taylor, and we know that he's capable of getting the job done. And I think the management staff, they assessed the wicket and they made significant change at the top of the order. One would expect Chris Gale to come out and get fireworks on the way, but the management staff had different plans.
Steve is playing up towards the cover, up to wide mid-off area. It looks like, well, whoever that is comes across, knocks it down, and the batsman went across for a quick single. It brings Darpan Kumar Patel into strike, takes this guard from the umpire.
And that's the maturity we talk about. Stephen Taylor, He got 15 from the over already. There's no need for a rush of blood. Did the right thing, get Patel on strike.
So Patel is getting into the action. Swing this one away down towards short fine leg. Batsman gone for one. Very quickly too.
Could have done better there, Heady. Very loose delivery down the leg side. Only need a little finer probably. Would have probably raced away for four, but nevertheless they came through for a single.
Takes the total now to some 17 for the loss of, without loss, I'm sorry. I'm giving them something that they haven't even attempted to own there.
And that's
Then
not
Roy?
good. You could be doing some commentators curse.
Well, take into consideration it's getting close to Christmas. Perhaps I wanted to give them an early Christmas gift.
Absolutely.
17 it is without loss. The over comes to an end. And we're going to see, let's see who is going to pick up the attack. It's going to be the man, the former West Indian and Guyanese player. He's going to pick up the attack from the commentary box end. Just marking out his runs pretty much.
We know he has somewhat pace and accuracy as well, and he can be very effective. Seems like we're going to have a change of plan.
Well, they always do that to us, don't they? Trying to keep us in suspense. So Isa Kanari is going to be the bowler from this end. If all holds well, if there is no change at the very last minute. So you're not missing any cricket. It's 17 without loss.
The way things are going, we've seen quite a few drastic changes. You would expect.
So Darpan Patel is the man on strike. Stephen Taylor at the non-strikers end. After he took a liking to Shaquem Rahim first over. Targeting the young man. Naughty, naughty, naughty is young Stephen Taylor. But he says he has a job to do.
I think Patel need to follow the footsteps of Stephen Taylor.
He's playing that towards cover. Can't get it past the man at the short cover region. Total remains on 7. 17, that is.
And if he's not able to get the scoreboard ticking, just nib one. There's quite a few gaps out there. Nib one and get Stephen Taylor on strike, who is in tremendous form at the minute, Lenny. Sorry, Eddie.
For sure. Looking to dab it down towards the slip coordinates. Didn't make contact. It went through to the wicket keeper. He collects cleanly, and there is no run.
So up over to delivering. This is not needed. This is absolutely not needed. They need to get bat on ball and try to finish this game as soon as possible to get their net run rate up to par so they can top the group.
So Kunari. This one is a wide delivery. An attempted pull shot there by Darpan Kumar Patel. Didn't make contact. It is signaled and called wide. So the total is 18 now without loss.
Still steady going so far. 18 without loss. And over number 2 hasn't been completed as yet. Just 1.3. So still enough time for Patel to get some runs in this over. Another wide delivery. He's not helping the...
Well, he's not certainly he's not helping his cause. He's helping the batting team cause, and you don't really want to do that. You don't want to give them something that that is not due to them, something that they don't earn. It will cause them to go astray. Ivor Henry, what is wrong with you? 19 it is without loss. Kunari, he has to get out of that. It's a bad habit.
The first 2 delivery was very effective. Oh, that's a very good drive down the wicket. This could run all the way for 4. Chasing, and it does quite easily.
Well, I tell you something, not even the police officer in his cruiser could have catch that ball coming down towards the long off area, and it goes into the boundary board for 4. 23 it is without loss.
So Patel see the urgency. And he's starting to get explosive as well. Very good shot down the ground. One of the safest shots to play in the cricket book. And very effective in his doing. As he get the total onto 23 without loss.
So Dapan Kumar Patel settles now. Beaten outside the line of the off stump. And what Konari is doing, he's drifting it away, trying to induce Patel to play that shot outside the line of the off stump in hoping of peeling off the outer edge. Wasn't successful that time. Total remains on 23 without loss.
I think Patel was anticipating a sharp pitch delivery because he was backing away to the leg side, and very good bowling for the man, just pitching it outside the line of the off stump. There he does again. That's a very elegant shot. A very elegant shot for 4 through the covers.
Stand up on one foot pretty much on tiptoeing and just slap it to the covers. Deep extra cover and into the boundary board for 4.
Rather a Chris Gayle stand and deliver shot through the covers, 4 runs. No one needs to move.
So now they're asking the man to go into the deep cover position to have some protection in the deep. Perhaps they should have thought about that early on, because you cannot afford to give Dapan Kumar Patel any room at all.
The way they're going, you could see this match finishing probably around about the 6th over, because we know Stephen Taylor, he's not going to play defensively. He's going to go at the bowling. He goes again. Can't make contact, Patel, through the wicket keeper. And at the end of 2, Eddie.
27 it is without loss. 2 overs gone. Dapan Kumar Patel, he's on 9 from some 7 deliveries. Young Stephen Taylor, he's on 15 from 5. The latest score here at the Central Broward Regional Park, Param Veers cricket team, there are some 27. And I said 27 without loss.
From 2 overs, and the current run rate is 13.5, and required is only 3. I know Stephen Taylor, he's gonna do something big in this over. I smell it coming.
So it seems like they're gonna have a change of bowling from the southern end. I mean, from the northern end rather. And let's see who this will be. It's going to be Ransford Beaton, the talented pacer out of Guyana. So, have you ever seen Beaton bowl before?
Yes, I've seen him in the tournament and in the CPL, but he has been quite effective in this tournament. He gets the ball to climb onto the batsman very quickly.
He's very quick, you know. Got to keep an eye on him. So let's see what young Stephen Taylor will do. Third man is way back on the boundary. Beaton moves in. Turns it off the path down towards short back with a square. Gets a single. Brings Dapan Kumar Patel into strike. Takes the total to some 28 for 1. And Beaton is just warming up.
Well, not the best delivery to start with, but not the worst delivery of any mean.
The good thing about it didn't go for wide, so you wouldn't have to bowl it over.
Absolutely. So they require another 54 runs to win. Lots of balling on, Eddie.
Well, even though that it is 54 to win, you don't want to batten down the hatches as yet. You still want to give yourself a fighting chance, and psychologically you don't want it to affect you. You want to tell the other players on the team that this is a team effort. We have to work as a team, and it doesn't matter what amount of runs on the board. We can defend that.
Absolutely. You always want to back yourself when you play any form of cricket that you can defend. If you got 20 on the board, you're going to defend it to the best of your ability.
So you wouldn't want to go with a negative thought. Not even when you're out there, you don't want to entertain a negative thought. You want to be always positive. Up to the time you see that you're not going to be able to win, you got to stay positive.
Absolutely, you have to go down with a fight, and that's just good sportsmanship.
Left end delivery outside the line of the off stump. It is called and signal wide. So Beaton opting for pace, but bowled it wide of Dapan Kumar Patel.
Yeah, just trying to generate some pace here, Beaton, but not finding his line effectively. And the ball that pitched outside the line of the off stump, just kept on his way, going away from the right-hander, and the score ticked on to 29 without loss.
Well, pace bowlers seems to be doing that at a very rapid rate, trying to get their speed as opposed to length and line first. That was a good comeback delivery outside the line of the off stump. He had a swipe at it, but missed it completely.
Well, he had a swipe of it, but it was going over mid-wicket when the ball was there to be played through the cover region. So he has to try and get bat and ball more and just try to play the ball in the merit as well and be effective in his doing.
Sometimes you see batters would have gotten beaten and they rehearse the shot as if to say, that's the shot I should have played. Ooh, that one moved away from Darpan Kumar Patel and into the gloves of the wicketkeeper.
Yeah, very tidy stuff here from Beaton. That's the second delivery, consecutive delivery. Beaton Patel outside the off stump. Patel still looking to go onside. He just needs to get himself in line with the pitch of delivery. But if you look at his batting stand, his tendency is to go towards the onside. And as an opening batsman, you have to be a little bit more elegant in terms of your shot selection. You're at the top of the innings for a reason.
So since you made the point there, Lenward, that he's an onside player, pretty much what you would have done in a situation if you were the captain out there, what you would have done, what would you have said to Beaton?
I've seen his intention. I would have put a deep mid-wicket out and probably keep on continuing short pitch delivery towards him.
That's exactly what I would have done. Ball beating the keeper. Let's see the umpire signal a bye. Yes, indeed a bye. So it is now 30 without loss. And it is some 2.5 overs gone. It brings left-hand Stephen Taylor into strike. And of course the field has to change over for the left-hander. And that can sometimes cause a problem for fielding teams. Disruption in the camp, they say.
But we see what's going on here.
It's down the leg side. It is wide. Stephen Taylor looking to clip it off the pads. Didn't make contact. It was a wide delivery. Down the leg side. 31 it is. 2.5 overs gone. Beaten none for 3 from his first over. Partnership have yielded so far some 31 runs.
Oh, and that's a very good shot back with a square from Taylor all the way for 6.
So Beaton sang that one to young Stephen Taylor. He just literally pivoted onto the back foot and pulled it away over mid-wicket for 6. And young Beaton must be saying, oh my goodness, I met my match. 37 without loss.
Absolutely elegant shot from Stephen Taylor. And as I was about to mention before that 6 was executed, all Patel needs to do is rotate the strike, get Stephen Taylor on strike, because he's the man that doing most of the damage at the minute. And the predicament that they're in, he just need to get bat on ball and get Stephen Taylor on strike to be more the aggressor.
And it doesn't hurt to play sometimes the supporting role. Let Stephen Taylor, if he has the hot hand, let him go. But as the game progresses, let's see what will happen. Their conference out there now, they want to make sure that they have the right bowler coming from this end. So it's 37 for 2. The target is 82. 3 overs completed.
Very steady going thus far in the run chase.
So
37 from 3.
Beaton has bowled 1 for 9. So Darpan Patel is the man on strike. Now he's going to continue.
Let's see if Patel is gonna try and get a bat on ball and get Taylor on strike to continue the momentum and the form that he's in, to try and get his team over the line as soon as possible.
And I'll tell you something, that there's all sort of confusion out there. One has to understand it too. They've been pretty much disrumpled, so to say. Beaten outside the line of the off stump. Half stifle appeal there from the bowler, but not outside the umpire. Got to keep an eye on Kunari there. Little birdie told me that he's a good bowler. Wants to keep it close to the vest. 37 it is without loss.
You expect Stephen Taylor as a experienced player to walk down to the middle and have a chat with Patel. Just get bat on ball, get me the strike.
He's driving. This one will run away to the boundary. The man coming across from long on. He won't get there in time. And it goes into the boundary board for 4. Lovely shot there by Darpan Patel.
Yeah, misfield from the man at long on. Costly. That could be costly for the team. But nevertheless, Patel gets a boundary and get to 13 from 13. And the score is at 41 without loss.
Yes, indeed. Stephen Taylor at the non-strikers end. Looking on very patiently. 22 easy. On driving is Darpan Patel. So straight to the man at the short mid-on position. Comes across to his right, knocks it down. Score remains on 41. Patel is on 13 from 14 delivery. And as we watch as Kunari walks back to his bowling mark, pretty much sure that he has something up his sleeve. Let's see. Delivery outside the line of the off stump, cutting away from the right-hander Darpan Kumar Patel. Did make contact. Len Roy.
Seemed to be a slower delivery and smart bowling from the man there. Very intelligent cricket. You see that Patel is kind of backing away towards the onside. He just dabbed it in a little wider to restrict Patel from scoring.
And he's bowling! Playing across the line, looking to go into the long on mid-wicket region. Didn't make contact, and next you know that ball, the balls came off, and look at the stump there, Len Roy.
Well, it was only a matter of time once you get the ball in that region, because every delivery he's faced, he's looking to the onside instead of just playing the ball straight and in its merit.
And in the previous over when Beaton was bowling, you certainly made that notification. You made the point that if you were the captain out there, you would have set the man at the mid-wicket position just to set him up. And he lost his wicket, bowled by Kunari, and it is 41 for 1. His contribution was 13 from some 16 delivery. Young Stephen Taylor at the non-strikers, and he's on 22. That's the latest score here at the Central Broward Regional Park.
Well, we have spoken about it numerous occasions in the comebox. It's a smart thing to do. You can't get the boundary, just get bat on ball, rotate the strike, get Stephen Taylor on strike. It has to be a game plan, and so far he has led up to his own downfall.
So the new batsman is Karam Khan. Takes his guard from the umpire. And let's see what Kunari has up his sleeve for Mr. Khan. It is 41 for 1 from Veers. He's looking to score 82 for victory.
It was at the somewhere around the same stage when the Afghan team was blasting at 43 without loss. They had gotten a major collapse. Are we going to see history repeats itself?
Well, maybe, maybe not. I'm pretty much sure that they would have learned from that, though. He's wrapped on the part. There's a lot of appeals. And he has given him, he has taken an eternity, but in the end, the dreaded index finger went up, and Kamran Khan goes back to the pavilion. Not a happy camper. It is 41 for a loss of 3 wickets, and perhaps, Lenroy, this may very well be the end or the beginning of the end of the teams. They're looking to score 82, and it's probably going to be a an uphill battle.
It was definitely about the same stage when wickets started to tumble at the other end. And who knows? It's the nature of the game. It's the ball is round. Anything is possible at the minute. Can't really see who the batsman is who's walking to the middle from our standpoint.
Well, we will find out in a minute, because Kamran Khan has started duck form, And let's see if it will continue. And it's a commentator's curse, because you said it and then all of a sudden missed that delivery. It was cannon. It was about to cannon into the stumps. The pad prevented it. The appeal went up, and the umpire finger went up slowly but surely.
Absolutely. Seems to be Ebanks who walks out to the middle, and I was rightfully saying Ebanks needs to bat quite early, because Ebanks is known for a number 3, number 4, number 5 position. That's where he's very effective. In the last couple of games, he's been somewhere around number 8, number 9, number 8, number 7.
So the over comes to an end. It's going to be the continuation of Ransford Beaton. Will this propel Beaton to the top? Will this elevate him? Will this give him some sort of a energizer? Let's see. Stephen Taylor onto 1 foot, pulled it away. Down towards long leg. It goes into the boundary board for 4. A delivery pitch down the leg side. And Stephen Taylor give him the treatment that he deserved.
Well, he's the man in farm at the minute, and numerous occasions we keep saying in the com box, get Stephen Taylor on strike, because he's very effective. He's scoring very fluently, and both batsmen just want to play of their own.
Stephen Taylor goes on to 26. Beaton sinks it, and Stephen Taylor pulls. They're gone for 1.
It's gone all the way for 6.
It went over the boundary board for 6. So Stephen Taylor is giving Beaton a run for his money. He's targeting the young man out of Georgetown, Guyana. Length 4.
Very elegant looking shot there, Eddie. Stephen Taylor, he's in tremendous form, and the 50 comes up only from 4.2. Stephen Taylor is taking them to all parts of the ground. He's in. He goes again, and this is going to land very safely. They should come back for 2. And Stephen Taylor keep things flowing. And as it is, it's 53 for the last of 2 wickets. And that Stephen Taylor moves on to 34, only from 10 delivery. Tremendous strike rate. Looking quite effectively, Taylor beaten. And a very smart running between the wicket there, Ebanks. And this could be overthrown, and they come back for another one. Fantastic cricket, very smart running between the wicket from Damien Ebanks and Stephen Taylor, Heady.
Yes, they're doing it all here, and Damien Ebanks is encouraging young Stephen Taylor. So good partnership between those two so far in terms of the eye coordination. The running between the wickets been pretty good so far for the time Damien Ebanks get to the crease.
Absolutely, he's a busy candidate, Damien Ebanks, and he's always in the mood to get things going. Taylor pulls but misses. Very smart bowling from Beaton. It's a very big smile on the face between him and Stephen Taylor. That's very good to see. Very good sportsmanship. I must say that though, this tournament has been very fantastic. The way things are going with the teams. They've been very respectful.
The camaraderie is extremely extraordinary, and that is exactly what you enjoy between in the competition between the teams.
And it's a gentleman's sport.
Leading to the offside. Stephen Taylor runs off for a single, gets it quite easily too as the return comes in on the hand, but Stephen Taylor quickly reached to his crease. 37 it is, some 13 for Stephen Taylor. Damien Ebanks yet to score. 56 it is for the loss of 2. 5 overs gone.
And you see the maturity of Damien Ebanks there. He sees the opportunity to get Stephen Taylor on strike, and that's what we've been preaching all night in the commentary box. And Ebanks, with his maturity, he knows the game.
Turn the strike over, and it's very important. So Beaton, none for 24 from his 2 overs thus far. Extremely expensive.
Partnership 15. 56 for the last of 2. Stephen Taylor, 37 from 13. He's going gun blaze at the minute. Will he look to finish it? It would be impossible to finish it in this over, but it can be done, can be achieved.
Well, let's see.
Canary to continue from the pavilion end.
Haven't heard that word in a long time, Lenroy, the pavilion end.
It goes to show that. Oh, that's a very good flick off his pad. Stephen Taylor over square leg. 4 runs. Very good shot there, Heady.
He goes on to 41, straight down the leg side, just a tap. And Canary will learn from this experience. Stephen Taylor goes to 41. 60 it is for 2. And it's getting closer to the 82 runs that they are required for victory.
Absolutely, a maturity of innings from Stephen Taylor. He has been playing very elegant and very destructive as well, but some very good cricket shot off glass, and he has yet to play a stroke that you would think twice to say that's not the sort of shot to play, but he's been very effective.
So we're what, some 22 runs away. Canary begins to move in. Stephen Taylor, and for the very first time I think in this innings we have seen Stephen Taylor completely bowled. I mean comprehensively beaten.
Well, that was a very good delivery though, just coming back into Taylor with a little bit too straight for that sort of shot. He was trying to play maybe a pull shot back down the ground, straight pull shot, but yeah, they see the maturity of Ebanks again, just going up to Stephen Taylor and said, keep your head calm, champ.
Charging down the track, slapped it into the cover region, knocked down there. No opportunity of a run. Remains on 41. Damien Ebanks yet to score. Canary 2 for 18 from some 2.3 overs.
He's been quite effective at the bat so far. He's picked up the only 2 wickets of the innings thus far. And he's been bowling. Oh, that's a very good shot from Stephen Taylor once again. And it races into the boundary for 4.
And it's a no ball as well. So Stephen Taylor goes on to 45. 65 it is for 2.
An opportunity for him to just 1 it away from another half century in the tournament.
Let's see what he do with this ball from Canary. Down the leg side, it's another wide. Signal and call by the umpire. 66 it is for 2.
So he has to bowl that one again. Still a free hit on here.
Nothing changes.
Very good bowling here from Canary. Stephen Taylor can't score, so it didn't cost him very costly. Stephen Taylor was trying to go through the cover, but a very good delivery from the young man, restricting Stephen Taylor from getting a maximum of 4 runs.
Out towards mid-wicket, just a single. Stephen Taylor now seems to have slowed down just a bit, realizing that they get into the required target of 82.67 it is. He goes on to 46. It brings Ebanks into strike. He's a knot. It seems like he's been out there for an eternity though.
Yes, but he's doing the right thing, playing a team sport and just supporting Stephen Taylor at the other end.
Playing the anchor role.
There's no need for him to try and get in the spotlight of Stephen Taylor. And we know he can hit a very long ball as well.
There's a loud appeal from the bowler. Umpire have absolutely no interest in that. Let's see what signal will come in from the umpire. So,
To be a leg by, it seems.
oh, yes, indeed. So it's 2 leg by. So the many banks still on North. 46 to Stephen Taylor. 69 for 2. 6 overs gone. That's the latest score here from the Central Broward Regional Park. So Ebanks and Taylor out in the middle with a conference. Don't know what's going on. But we'll know. We'll find out in a second.
End of the power play. And at the end of the first 6, it's 69 for 2. Stephen Taylor 46 from 19. Damien Ebanks yet to get off the mark.
And it's some 13 runs required. You think they can get that 13?
Just two hits away to equal the total. I'm quite sure Stephen Taylor will be targeting that as well. And a 50 at hand.
I don't think that he would want to throw his hands away. Want to come not out.
Sultani, new bowler to come into the attack.
He will replace Beaton. So
Stephen Taylor liked the spin on the ball.
he's licking his chops. Backing away. Slapping out towards deep cover. Pulls the man off the boundary. So Stephen Taylor 47, 70 it is for 2. The bounce is yet to score.
Yeah, I'm quite smelling Ebanks will try to finish the game in this over. We know he can be very destructive and explosive, but plays very smart cricket, very intelligent cricket from Ebanks. The maturity showing there, Heady.
Yes, indeed. Realizing that Stephen Taylor is the man at the moment who, with the hot hand, he's going to turn the strike over and he's going to say, young Stephen Taylor, you take the game home.
That's just a lot of maturity. Stephen Taylor goes through the mid-wicket area, wideish long on, only for a single.
Goes to 48.
Trying to tap the tempo up, but just couldn't get any elevation on the shot. Taylor bring the score on to 72, so only 10 runs required.
The return comes in at the non-strikers end, but to no avail. So Ebanks gets another run. 73 it is for the loss of 2 wickets. So we're moving into the semi-final stages tomorrow, Lenroy.
Absolutely, and we know that the Somerset Cavaliers are through, and is it the US All-Star?
Certainly. It's going to be very interesting though. Out too wide, long off. It seems like Beaton is out there. He picks up right as he return in. Knock the stump. Bales fall off. But Stephen Taylor is well home. Goes to 49, just one away from his 50. And so far this over has produced some 5 singles.
With one delivery left in over, Ebanks
Guiding
cuts
it
and
way down towards third man. Going for one, they're coming back for a second. Yes, indeed. They're just tripping through. They're just going through the moment now, Leroy. And certainly they realizing now that victory is just a couple of steps away. 76 it is for the loss of 2 wickets. 7 overs completed. Young Stephen Taylor is on 49. Ebanks is on 4. That's the latest score here from the Broward Central Regional Park. It's the US Open 2020 version.
And more importantly, Stephen Taylor retains strike, as he's just 1 run away from his 50 with 6 runs to get.
So not very much action going on in the middle. It's going to be going to have a change of bowling from the southern end. Raheem is going to come back in his first spell. He's none for 17. Been roughed up there for a little bit. So welcome back Lenny Archibald into the commentary box. Lenny, you would have stayed back there and witnessed an onslaught.
Yeah, it's been an early night here for the Atlanta Param Veers. And Eddie, as they would say, they haven't worked up a sweat yet. Easy going, certainly led by Wayne Parnell, who probably got probably one of the best figures we've seen in U.S. Open cricket in the history of the series, 7 for 12.
I think that's going to take a long time before anybody breaks that record.
And we were looking for that magical bowling figure. Here's a couple of runs. In fact, they come back now for 3 runs.
It's not going to hurt. They're realizing that they're not going to be able to win this game. So it is 79 for 2. So Stephen Taylor brings up the 50 from some 23 deliveries. And Damien Banks is on 6. One is played down towards long on. Stephen Taylor 51, 81 for 2. And Lenny, pretty much sure that you are going to be happy to bring it home.
So Banks, and here we go, well into the night, and so that's the end of the game. Atlanta Param Veers win. And so we'll have to wait and see where they place in their group with the News, Cavaliers, and US All-Stars are the 1 and 2. In fact, it's Somerset and All-Stars in that order. And we'll have to wait and see. We know Brampton Pacers, 22 yards, and now Atlanta Param Veers have now advanced with same amount of points. So we'll let the authorities decide that, and of course those fixtures will be made available to the general public, Eddie.
Hopefully tomorrow at the earliest convenience. I'm sure that they're waiting with bated breath. So 87 it is. So Param Veers, they're the winning team, and they went down very, very good. So young Stephen Taylor with 51 not out from some 24 deliveries. Banks, who played a very good supportive role, had 13 from some 16 delivery. So here comes the scorecards. Young Stephen Taylor not out on 51 from some 24 deliveries. Dapan Kumar Patel, Bowley Banks for 13. He faced some 16 deliveries. Karam Khan, leg before ball. Isa Karani without scoring. He faced 1 delivery, and Damien Banks not out for 13 from some 6 deliveries. The overs 7.4 and 87 it is for 2. So Param Veers won, and they advance to the playoff stages. And here is the bowling. Shakib Rahim 1.4 overs, no maiden, none for 28. Isa Karani 3 overs, no maiden, 2 for 25. Ronsford beaten, 2 overs, no maiden, none for 24. And Zakai Sultani 1 over, no maiden, none for 7. The extras were 10. So with the victory for the Atlanta Param Veers, we say good night from the Central Broward Regional Park. Eddie Edwards, Ivor Henry. Oh, well, we're not signing off. So we're going to have play of the match. So thank you very much, dear Lenny, for that piece of information. I'm so excited to getting out of here. It has been a long day. So we're going to join Ivor Henry momentarily for the Man of the Match award downstairs.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the presentation party. At this time, we are going to be presenting the player of the game. It was a very exciting game. At least it was a seesaw from the beginning, in which you would have realized some 47 runs partnership just before Wayne Pennell was brought on. Now, by the time he would have struck the first wicket, 10 wickets fell for a measly 34 runs. So the adjudicators would have looked at Stephen Taylor. He would have scored some 50 runs not out, but they just thought it was not enough to dethrone Wayne Pennell with a record-breaking 7 wickets for 12 runs. Yes. Wayne, we'll have a little chit-chat with you here. You seem to be making a habit of this. Second time of player of the game.
Yeah, it's actually nice to get this for a bowling stint. My previous one, okay, the 3 in the first game, but then my other previous one was for the 100 that I scored for the US All-Stars.
Yes, indeed. So he had represented US All-Stars in the past, and now it's franchise cricket, folks. So you know that he's now been drafted in with the Atlanta Param. Now you're into the playoffs. Well, we still have to wait to see where you're being placed. 4 overs, 7 wickets, 12 runs. Do you have enough left in the tank? I know you're thinking about tomorrow, and if I were you, I'll think about Sunday as well. But let's think about just tomorrow, Saturday, semi-finals. How much do you have left in the tank?
Still plenty. I think it was obviously crucial for us to win firstly, and to make sure that we get that play of berth, which we managed to secure. Now we've got to see where we sort of end up with the net run rate and all of that. And hopefully we get the second game and not the first game, so I can sleep in.
I agree with you. Well, I'm going to let you go ahead and sign your autographs. You'll be taking plenty of pictures. But
you know, he has broken MAQ's previous record of 10-year record because he holds the 7-wicket record. So, MAQ has to make a comeback and break this now. Well,
yes, well, I'm going to call MAQ in now because he has got to now congratulate you personally. He was right on hand to see you break his own record. MAQ, you'll have to say something to the young man.
Congrats to you, and then also isn't our US All-Star and US Open players. So as you know, that is the one of the best players we find in South Africa players, and Zishan Qureshi played with him for a few years back, and now he's still in US Open. So I'm so happy to see that you have broke the record, and you keep the record for this is the record for the US Open, 7 wicket, 12 runs. That's amazing. Again, congratulate you again, and hopefully we'll see the best performance next 2 games.
Yes, indeed. So, Mr. Pennell, you go ahead. I know you've been taking a lot of pictures. We have to take you away from your picture-taking moment, so you can go on over and do that. Well, folks, that's all we have for you from the presentation party. We'll see you tomorrow morning, so you have a good night's rest. That's it for day number 4. Good night.
तेरी डांस फ्लोर पे फुर्ती तेरी बातें तेरी झलकी तू है टूटू पूरी लड़की कमाल है कमाल है.
That's a victory song going on out. All right.